Show with your host, Ryan O'Connor. And now, let's ink the book.
Are you kidding me? Hello. Hi, everybody. We're trying something new. I finally got around to making time for setting up StreamYard, wherever it is. It's probably going to be over here because I see it over here. The little logo, which I am probably going to pay the upgrade soon. I just wanted to test this out. So we're trying to step up the game here. I want to be able to have guests on and have somebody to talk to a little more often if possible. I want to be able to share my screen, which I was trying to check out in the features here, and I don't get how I might be able to do that. Maybe I have to upgrade. I don't remember what I read, but I was reading a lot about StreamYard today. And here we are, man. We're stepping up our game here. I'm gonna adjust this so I can see myself and look at the camera and not look around my little arm. There's a little arm holding the camera that was in my way. So we're trying something new. Also, I have some show and tell today. I got something in the mail a few days earlier than it said it was coming. So I want to be sure not to outright dox myself. There's some cool artwork on this box. I don't know what it is. There's some ooh, I hit it right. Some cool characters. I don't know. Anime characters. Iconic comics. Let's see what this is. So I got my little trusty blade here. And then we'll start inking my comic Bonehead. I'll be finishing the page I started yesterday. I'm just like really curious as to how stuff's gonna work on StreamYard. It seems neat. I can't upload the artwork right away, so I think I'm gonna have to get some new banner art. Oh, there's a thing for banners. I wonder, because I just have like a still from a video I made that isn't the most appealing thing. I've been meaning, I might have something I can use as banner art already. Oh, yep, here it is. Gotta be careful not to show my address on the screen. All right, let's dig into this box. So, right off the top, I see this postcard. It says, "Thank you," and it's got some anime guys on it. I don't know who they are. On the back, it's got a coupon code to receive $5 off at checkout from Iconic Comics. And then, what is all bubble wrapped? Yeah. Pow, pow, pow. Right in the back of the head. We'll play with that later. Oh, no. Okay. So here we have Long Harbor. I've been waiting so long for this. And this is a beautiful cover. Let me open this up. It's got a card back to hold it straight. Bubble wrapped in a nice box, a nice sturdy box. And looking at it, it's a very fresh looking book. Okay. See, I thought the cover looked like it was scratched, but it looks like it's actually just the way the cover is. I thought, see, there's some like lines here, but I think it's part of the artwork, just so it's not all stark black. Like it's just in this area, but it doesn't cross the foil. See the red strike of foil? Long Harbor by Alejandro Mirabal. Very beautiful. This guy's an amazing artist. And look. Oh, and then there's like a spot gloss on the artwork on the back. That is slick. This is a slick book. Slick looking. Look at that. Long Harbor. Yeah, spot gloss, foil. Let's see here. I'm gonna flip my camera so you can kind of see what I'm looking at. Here we are. Oops. Get that cord out of the way. All right. Cinema layout, it says on my side. Oh no, I'm hovering over something, my bad. Okay, let me put that off to the side. Get the packaging out of the way. Okay. Writers, Nashitobi, Alejandro Mirabal. Artist, Alejandro Mirabal. Logo by David Shearer. Print consulting, Robert Smith and Joseph Healy. Those are the guys at API. To my son, Sebastian, this book is for you in case you grow up to be a horror nerd like your father. So I'm just going to flip through it a little. So this is a very like Lovecraftian tale. Look at that goo. Look at that slimy tentacle. Look at that. That's cool. The rack focus there. The rack focus effect. And I believe, from what I could tell, since I backed it, it seems like it's about like a reporter comes to interview this old sea captain guy to interview him about some like horrifying event that happened involving some freaky monsters many years ago. That's what I gleaned, because I don't think he revealed too much about the story. Yeah, deep sea diver. This guy is actually, what is he, a marine? He's not a biologist, I don't think. The artist here, Alejandro, he's like I don't know, he's like a fisherman or something. So he knows all the ins and outs of this kind of business that these guys do. Whoa, fingers in there. Fingers in the jar. Fingers in the jar. Monster carcass. Ooh. I don't want to show too much. What can I show that was kind of broadcasted? I saw him draw some of this stuff, and I guess he's working on a second book. I didn't know there was going to be a follow-up, but I'm I'm already excited for it. There was a scene that he had posted. But I'm not seeing so far. Wow, I don't see it. I wonder. I'm not trying to show the whole dang book on the screen. Oh, here. So look. This guy goes to this old lady's place asking for help. Why are you still here? I told you people to leave. You shouldn't be out here when it rains. Thank you. You can't imagine how long I've waited for this moment. What? You know, your simplicity. It always disgusted me. And then, I'm not on camera. I forgot how close I brought it. Thank you. Can't wait. You can't imagine how long I've waited for this moment. What? You know, your simplicity. It always disgusted me. And then, horror show. Let's see. Wow. Oh, beautiful, beautiful horror. So I am excited. I might talk about this more later. Knowing me, I probably will. So now to my art. As you know, I'm Ryan O'Connor. I am an artist. I'm making my first graphic novel right here on YouTube. I try to get on every day, work on my book. Today I'll be finishing the page I started yesterday. I ought to be able to start and get a good way through my next page as well. And this is a big 230-page graphic novel called Bonehead. And though I've recently decided that I'm probably going to try and break it up into issues along the way of making it so I can get it out to people a little quicker. But the issues are going to be black and white, whereas the full book, whenever that comes out, will be in full color. I'm doing this all for the first time, so we're learning as we go. So I don't know how long the whole project's going to take me, but I should have issue 1 out in the next few months, I imagine. And then what you're looking at right here is the start of what would be issue 3. So that's to come. Here's something I drew yesterday and finished coloring a little while ago. That's something I posted to my Instagram and my Twitter, linked in the description. So if you like my art, give me a follow there. You'll find out about stuff like my comics, maybe some mugs and stickers I might have available in the fairly near future. That's what I'm trying to do anyway. Okay. And then here's what I did the day before. This is my attempt at doing a new 90s series Ninja Turtle type character. He's like some kind of army unicorn, some kind of soldier unicorn guy. And, yeah. So, okay, with that business out of the way, let's start our inking. No, I didn't wash my brush yesterday. I thought I did, but I didn't. So I rinsed it out a little, but it might be a little hairy on me. Okay. Well, I gotta pour my ink. That would help. I'm gonna do my... Oh, it's not reversed. Oh, see, usually on YouTube my camera is reversed, and it's not. That's interesting. That's helpful. Good to know. Okay. No, McAfee, get out of here. Get out of here, McAfee. Get out of here. Nobody likes you. Okay. Okay. So yesterday we finished the previous page and started this one. Today we are finishing this page. And probably getting a start on the next one. I know I have to do the panels on the next one. Usually I have the panels done before I stream. But this week's been kind of rough. So I haven't had much extra time beyond my streaming. Okay. So just getting used to this camera view. It's gonna work. So this is our protagonist, Bonehead, here. And these are two new characters. Their names are Neinerman is this guy, and Boris is the rhino. Named after my, 2 by 3 foot statue. I don't know if it's that big, but maybe it's 1.5 feet by 2 feet or something. Long statue, perched in my kitchen right now, of a rhino named Boris. It's like a lifelike looking tiny rhino. It's a pretty big statue, displayed prominently in my kitchen. And I made up the rhino character for this book. This book is just filled with characters that I would like as a kid, you know. So I said, when I needed a security guard in the script, I said, what kind of character should he be? And, my name is Ryan O'Connor. So when I was a little kid, I was always into rhinos. And I was really interested, I was really into the bad guys on Ninja Turtles, particularly, you guessed it, Rocksteady of Rocksteady and Bebop. Okay, let's get some light on here. Okay, there we go. That looks better. We need to get in closer. That'll work for me, I think. So yeah, I'm already talking to my brother Liam. Well, I already asked him. I haven't heard back from him yet. See if he's got a webcam that he can guest on sometime. Speaking of which, okay, I just realized I hadn't seen my phone in a bit. But yeah, we'll see what he says. So it's 5:40 for me. I can go till about 9 if I need to. I'm on earlier than I have been. So today my buddies get in from Washington. One of them should be in town already. And the other one's getting in closer to midnight. But my buddy Ben, he's probably, I believe he's hanging out with his family tonight. If I hear otherwise, I'm gonna have to scram and hang out with him because I can't sacrifice my time with them. But I might try to get them on stream at some point if they want to, if they're willing. Try and get this point a little finer. Not to put too fine a point on it. Say I'm the only bee in your bonnet. Okay, that's the last of the They Might Be Giants for this stream. I promise. Everyone's probably sick of me talking about the same 7 things on each stream. Okay, let's see, y'all. He's got this hair. It's probably some kind of toupee. I don't know. So this guy's kind of like a sniveling suck up to the boss kind of guy. And Bonehead just got in trouble, so he's being banished to the basement for the day because the boss's boss is about to show up. And the boss doesn't want Bonehead making him look bad. There's a boss of the boss, of the boss of the boss of the boss, of the boss, or the boss of the boss of the boss. No, it's just 2 guys. So I've been trying to focus a little more on line weight. To kind of, it helps make things clearer if you can separate characters from the background, if you can communicate things clearer. Like this arm is in front of his shirt. It's like that and drop shadows, I think, really help you add clarity to your page, to your art. So he's behind Bonehead. The thing about clarity is you want your illustrations to be as clear as possible, because while it's true that people flipping through a comic book, they probably won't be spending a lot of time on any given panel or even a page sometimes. But for you don't want to be the one breaking the flow of those page turns, right? Like if they're trying to just make it through this page, make it through this panel, make it through this panel, if you disrupt the flow because your drawing is confusing or your panel layout is confusing or your dialogue is confusing and tripping people up, it takes your reader out of the story, and that it disservices your book. So while I never used to really focus all that much on line weight, I'm trying to work it into my workflow, my habits. It's kind of a weird highlight for a shoe, but I'll allow it. Oh, so how did I do that? Oh, okay. Dang. I was just getting some notifications on my phone. Pardon me. Where were we? I'll probably white out some belt buckle, or what do you call it? The belt straps on your pants. You know what I'm talking about? I gotta white some in because I didn't think about them soon enough. So this is my Long Harbor. Yeah, right. I wish I had that guy's talent. That guy is a nut. So that was an Indiegogo project I backed a while back. I am happy to wait that long for a guy who, he's making comics essentially on the side. Though I think he made good money on this one. Well, I don't know, because it costs a lot to make a production, so I don't know how much money he himself made off it or anything, but I think that one did really well, though. But in any case, I lost my train of thought. Sorry. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, when a guy works primarily, like his primary income is doing something else. And also, I think this was his first, I'm pretty certain this is his first book, Long Harbor. So getting used to the workflow and everything, I was happy to wait for this one, especially with the quality of his pages. And he's doing a second one. And it was packaged very neatly and showed up pristine. I am happy. I can't wait to read that. Oh, and I can show it off to Ben. Ben would really like that. So I will surely be hanging out with them tomorrow. Just to say, yeah, I plan on streaming as much as I can over the next 8 or 9 days. But if I am met with the decision to make between streaming or hanging out with my buddies, I'm gonna hang out with my buddies, just for this few days. And otherwise, if I can pull off both, I will do both happily and readily. But I'm my own boss. I have no deadlines on this per se. I am trying to get it all inked by April, I think is the plan. I gotta make sure I'm still on target. I just dusted off a planner I had bought for this year. So I'm gonna kind of rough in a schedule for myself. Okay, and here's his thumb sneaking back here. So I gotta look into screen sharing. There's a button here that says share, right? Share screen. Okay, it didn't say that before. So I can share a video file if I want. Okay. Share screen. I wonder. Screen sharing works best on a good computer. Some screens let you share audio. Look for the share audio checkbox. Okay, share screen. Let's see what happens. Something terrible? Window. Okay, that's what we want. So I don't think I've shared anything yet. I think it was just giving me a preview. So I believe I'm sharing the intended artwork for this episode called What to Expect When You Don't Know What to Expect. And this little otter I drew for my friend a while back. Okay. Stop sharing. Did that work? I guess I'll find out. Certainly it did, though. So I got to experience that. Got to see how that works. Okay. I'm happy. Next time I'll try to queue up a video. Maybe I'll show my Bonehead pilot. One of these days this week I will stream my Bonehead pilot, which is a 16-minute cartoon. It's still got a little rough bit of audio in it as it is that I have to swap out. But yes, we'll make an event of it. It'll be like a live stream, but I will share that video. How about that? I've been teasing that for months. So now I'll be able to pull it off. Yeah, baby. I will try and get that ready this week. And I'll officially upload it someday as well. But now I can stop. Like now we can I can share it and people I'll be able to refer people to somewhere. And people will know I'm not making this stuff up. I'm actually doing work. I tell you though, it's like I've been really doubling down on my artist work for 3 years now, and I feel like I just haven't had anything to show for it so far. So I'm really excited that I'm starting to get to a point where I can show it off and hopefully start selling stuff soon if people will have me. Yeah, nothing available to buy yet, but soon. I'm working on it. Not that I'm trying to just take a bunch of money from whoever's watching this, but you know, I want to be able to sustain this career and make a career out of it. Would be nice. Be better than my day job. And guys, I do this I draw like most of my free time for the past 3 years. So I it's like a second full-time job for me. Only this one heretofore I'm not getting paid for. But we're gonna try and change that if possible. If, like I say, if you'll have me. I'm not, I'm not gonna beg. Hopefully I'm worth what I hopefully I'm worth anything at all. Honestly, hopefully I'm just worth the time spent watching me on YouTube. I would be honored if I thought this content was really catching somebody's eye and proving to be helpful to somebody. That would just mean everything to me. Tighten up this point. Yeah, I get so forgetful sometimes. So, like, I thought I could have sworn I cleaned my brush off last night. But I forgot. Dang it. And I'm a total absent-minded artist. So this is like a little, like a handrail in the elevator. You kind of see. Okay. I was going to put it. Let's see, where do I want to put it? Because there's going to be, because this is coming out from the wall. So I think, see, I think this line is wrong. I think it should be in. The corner, I think, won't match perfectly. Then I can put a drop shadow here. I don't want to do it on this wall because of that. Boom. And then I'm going to do... Did I do that right? Does that make sense? It's supposed to be out here. Let me rough this one real quick. Stinking math. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to wipe this out and I think throw it there. That makes more sense, I'm pretty sure. Eraser shaving. Get out of my way. Maybe I will do this. In that case. Oops. I don't think I wanted to do that. I'm confusing myself because I am not an architect or a mathematician. Mathematician. Shut up. I'm just afraid of doing calculations and like spending time to figure out geometry and stuff. Here, where's my... Let's give the old Presto a go. And then clean that back up. So that's my Presto Jumbo Correction pen from Pentel. Fine point. Though it's hard to get a particularly fine point with this. Just saying. But it is good for big stuff like that. Now, I'm going to bring this in a tad. I'm going to bring this in a Theodore. Make that straighter. Does this read yet? I think so. Yeah, if when I look on the screen, it kind of makes sense to me. Let's see if I can. Yeah, I think that works. Okay. Moving on. So, so I was trying to look up information on OBS and how to screen share, how to get guests, how to play video on your live stream, and I was trying to look up all the individual parts. And when you look up all the individual parts, you just get this overwhelming like bunch of videos and stuff on YouTube to watch, and it's like too much research. I don't have that kind of time. But I know a lot of artists that use StreamYard over here. And so I just went to their website. I was like, let me just see what happens when I go to StreamYard. And they kind of have like let me see. They kind of have information all in one place for like all my questions. They kind of it was a real simple setup. I just sent my email, and then it sent me a code. I put in the code, and then it pulled up my Google account, which was with another email. So that was interesting. But it found my YouTube channel right away. All I had to do was click it, select it, and then and I had StreamYard. So I just go to StreamYard.com instead of YouTube and run my broadcast from there. Otherwise, what else? Yeah, so if I go to StreamYard.com, let me see what happens when I StreamYard.com. Oh, now it says I'm live, but let's see. I don't know if you click around on there and scroll down. There's like a bunch of like frequently asked question topic type things, like about screen sharing, about guests, or it might call them participants. I think it says both, but yeah, it was kind of like a one-stop shop, kind of explain it all. So that's all I needed to bump up this channel. So I'm a layman, pure and simple. I just need the facts. Like, what do I do? What do I do? And I also don't have a lot of free time to be researching. So that was the daunting thing for me, why it took me so long to even try this. I just had to like, well, they use this. Well, now I just go to that site and see what it offers or how to start it. So yeah, I'll probably be doing. And then this is the free version, which has this logo, and it I think it only allows for 20 hours of streaming a month, which is not going to be enough for me, I don't think. No. Even if I only do 10 streams, usually a page takes me 2 hours or so. So if I do 10 pages in a month, which that's not enough pages for me to be doing. Yeah, I'm gonna need to upgrade, which I'm fine doing that. It's just like anything else. Pay to play. I'm not out watching a bunch of TV shows or playing video games. I can spend my money somewhere. Okay, I want to not do a tangent right here. How about I make that a little longer? I think he breaks that shape enough without creating another tangent. Okay. Let's thicken this up to put it in front of his head. You know what I mean? Bring it out, make it pop from his head so it sits on top of him. Darken these eyebrows. Okay, I've got a heater on my back. I'm turning that off. Because I'm the coldest man alive. But actually, in all fairness, it's pretty chilly out these days. This morning was cold, but yes, I think it was yesterday, maybe 2 days ago. It was. Okay, so almost done with this panel. I believe. I believe in a thing. What is it? I believe in miracles. I think I was confusing I believe in a thing called love and I believe in miracles. I was about to say I believe in a thing called miracles. So years ago, I was working at a place, and I was just thinking about this because I've been eating so many eggs lately. Because I'm trying to eat a little healthier, and eggs are so easy to fry up. But I just remembered this time years ago, one of my friends at work, she was ringing somebody up for, oh no, I think they wanted like a whole case of eggs, like not a carton, but a whole case of them. And she's like, my friend was like, that's a lot of eggs. And he's like, I mean, they expire within, however many days, they're only good for like so long. And he's like, oh, we go through a lot of eggs in my house. Like, we'll eat them. And she was telling me this story, and she's like, and I'm just thinking, you're gonna die from eating eggs. So maybe I should look into that. Maybe I should look into my egg intake in case she knows something I don't know. But that always cracked me up. It's like every time I would think about it, you're gonna die. Like, she didn't say that to them, but that's what she was thinking when she saw the sheer amount of eggs this guy was buying for his household. Like, I don't know if he was trying to buy more than one case of eggs or what, but in any case, it's like a dozen times how many must have been in there. It must have been, it must have been 144 eggs, which would probably have expired, I don't know. How long does a carton of eggs date out? Like 2 weeks or something? No, longer than that, isn't it? But I don't know. You're gonna die. Oh yeah. Let me do one more little tidbit. There we go. Okay, I'll leave it at that. No, anyway, I think that works. We'll see. Once I erase it, it'll be a little clearer to me. So in addition to, I usually do a sketchbook drawing a day where I do some kind of character design thing that I post to social media. I try to get in a page every day. And I have been also trying to clean up the first few pages. I'm almost done with that. Because I don't have an 11 by 17 scanner and it's kind of hard to come by one for a workable price for me. I think I should be able to go to my local library and scan in these pages. I haven't been to this library yet in this area. But once I get those pages all cleaned up, I'll make the trip. And investigate. Otherwise, I can go to the one by where my parents live, and I'm certain they have something I can use. But in previous years, I would have wanted to do a comic on these 11 by 17 artboards, but not having anything to scan them on would have stopped me in my tracks, and I would have not made my book. That would have been enough to stop me from making my book. I'm just saying, where there's a will, there's a way. It's not outside the realm of possibility to scan 11 by 17 pages, So my thing is, just remember, if it's within the realm of possibility, you're not dreaming too big, right? So I try to encourage people, don't give up, keep going. Keep going. It's also part of the reason I'm trying to document this whole thing. Other than the pencils, I guess. Though I early on I talked about how I went about penciling the book and how I went about writing the book here on this YouTube channel. I was probably a bit more flustered when it came to talking and explaining what I was talking about. When I did that, but I was still new to YouTube. But it's there. I'll probably talk about it again someday. So this nose hangs in front of his face like Squidward. He never reminded me of Squidward until this very moment. But I'll bet he would sound kind of like Squidward too. I don't know. He's not in my cartoon, so I don't know what his voice sounds like. I made him up originally for the cartoon version of Bonehead, I think, but he didn't make it into that script. I probably made him up after I wrote that script. And I don't know if he was originally going to be in this book, but he's Niederman, that is. He's got a few scenes in this book. He's got a fight scene in this book. He fights with Mort. Bonehead's kind of drinking buddy. And he's also his supervisor. He's the devil guy on the last page that I did. When the chest is overcome with emotion, there will be sad. Holding on too tight will cause an explosion, there will be sad. It's a new song from They Might Be Giants, which I said I wasn't going to bring up again on this stream. Alas. So it goes. C'est la vie. Oh, you know what? Let me try while I'm experimenting. Invite. I'll just let me see, maybe you can do it from his phone. If I just text it, I just gotta read off this code to myself. Okay. Let's see what happens. Oh, maybe he can do it. Yeah. If you are available. Okay, let's see if he wants to pop in or is able to. I'll keep an eye out for a text or something to happen on screen here. My screen. We're learning. It's a learning process. Ooh, I see that becomes a tangent. So I'll do something to make that corner work. See how all those corners connect, and you see how that can be a conflict. It creates a visual argument. All these, there's like a little K there, right? And you don't want all your points to match up, because because it kind of compromises your clarity. Okay. This is just a pencil mark on his head, right? Okay, that was looking real ugly to me, so I was worried that it was smeared ink. Okay, oh, I didn't finish coloring that corner. We're inking that corner. Yeah, folks. I tell you, I was pleased as pie, and you know how pleased pie is, don't you? To see how easy it was to set this up. I'm eager to upgrade as well. Ooh, I just noticed something I meant to fix yesterday. Because I didn't notice that when I was doing the panels that this drawing necessarily had to break the border. Because the nostril snorting was kind of the part of the focal point. I mean, the horn was too, but it's like that sound effect is coming from this nostril, so I wanted it to be in, so I didn't want that panel to cut it. Okay. This is one of my favorite pages in the book, I think. So I'm excited to be inking this one. It's just a cool little page. It's like in the last page ends with his boss on the PA system over his head going, "Bonehead," because he made a terrible mess by neglecting his post and leaving it running. And then it just cuts to elevator. Like all this imagery, like he's just kind of like we're just kind of like it's kind of like establishing shots of where we are, and then we see him in the elevator with these two guys who we haven't met yet. This guy's contently scribbling stuff down, and Bonehead's just like, "What's gonna happen?" So there's no dialogue on this page. The only words are squish, squish, and we'll kind of be able to make out this writing. I hope I can. I had something kind of like loosely. Oh yeah. I was trying to figure out a word in this because it was supposed to loosely say something here, and I just figured out the one that I wasn't. So he's just writing stuff down. He's just, and it kind of became a gag later on, like in the coming pages. Like the whole time he's delivering him to the basement, he's just writing. Like, I guess not wordlessly, because he starts talking on the next page. Okay, let's get on the screen. Sticking my finger in the ink, so gotta be careful not to drag ink across the page. Yeah, when I feel ink on my hand, I stop what I'm doing, lift, make sure I'm not gonna drag something. I don't want to drag. I was surprised my alligator guy. Oh, look. Alejandro Mirabal just posted the cover. Oh, he says, if you follow mirabal.art, that's MIRABAL.ART, on Instagram, his recent post is a photo of the cover. Oh, it does say the link right here too. So Mirabal, spelled the same way, MIRABAL.gumroad.com. He says you can now get a digital copy of Long Harbor from Gumroad. It's linked in the bio of his Instagram as well. So get your hands on that. It was the first thing that popped up when I opened Instagram. And I actually forgot why I came on here to begin with. Oh yeah, my alligator guy. Pretty low scoring entry for me. Usually I get at least 12 likes on any of my posts. This one's gotten 6. I thought that was going to be a hit. It's fair. I don't end up liking everything that I like on Instagram or Twitter. There are certain artists I do make it a point to like everything that they post. And there are ones that I used to do that with that I've kind of fallen off doing that with. Not because I like them any less, but it doesn't seem as necessary to me. I don't know. It's a psychological thing. So, I don't take it personally if I don't get likes on my post. But I do encourage people to check me out over on the Instagram or Twitter at Wrangleshank. just like this YouTube channel. Wrangelshank. Ba-da-da, ba-da, 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 da, 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 da. Okay. Maybe I'll start making new animations. Adam Carolla commercials? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what'll happen. I'm sure I will think of something. Something nice to kind of give this channel a little spruce up. Ooh, I'm thinking of stuff already. It's going to be good. We're going to work. We're going to make this work. And man, how grateful I am for YouTube and for StreamYard. My only question is, why doesn't YouTube have these capabilities out of the box? And my understanding is they used to. It's just a little silly, if you ask me. But it's probably not the silliest thing that YouTube has done, from what I hear. But all the same, I am grateful for YouTube. I am grateful for StreamYard, that I'm able to do stuff like this. This makes me happy. And guys, you don't get this. Like, I wouldn't get this anyway. I wouldn't get this out of playing video games. This sense of accomplishment, this kind of joy and like self-worth. Like I really like am very excited about this comic, especially on days like this where I'm working on such a cool page. I'm almost worried that there are too many worry lines on Bonehead in this drawing, but I'll allow it. Oh, and I'll add more. Okay, now, so this is kind of like Bonehead just observing stuff around him. He's in an elevator. He's seeing this rhino guy. And then he's seeing this guy intently writing. We see that Bonehead is worried. The rhino guy's flipping through keys. This guy's writing everything down. What's going on? What's gonna happen to him? No word from Liam yet? He's been a little more aloof lately than usual. But he's got his own things going on. But from time to time, I'll have my youngest brother on here just to have somebody to talk to. What I've done heretofore would be I would just FaceTime him and put my phone on screen, and yeah, we would just shoot the breeze. He makes music in his free time sometimes. He's got stuff out under LEEUHM on Spotify, on SoundCloud, even on iTunes. So if I may suggest a couple tracks, I like Purple. I like, what is it called now? I'll have to look. He's got a really banging one. Ooh, it's called Mindless, which I'll play right now for something to play. Got some swears in it, I suppose. So, not for the faint of heart. No, let's check that. Oh, it's not finding it. Let's take a look. Let's see if I can find it real quick. If not, we'll just forego it. Okay. Nope, it's not finding it. Okay, that's okay. Let me go back to this. What line did I find that was okay? But yeah, I was talking about him a little bit yesterday, where I was saying, he doesn't necessarily, like, he's trying to teach himself. Well, he knows drums pretty well. I always forget he doesn't have his drum set anymore, so he needs to get a new drum set, I think. Or I think he just couldn't get. He wasn't able to play it without getting grief from either my parents or the neighbors. I know it was in the garage for a while, and the neighbors were real uppity about it. At least one of the neighbors. But so I think it was hard for him to. Anyway, he's mainly a drummer, but he's been teaching himself keys and guitar a little bit. I think he was learning the uke. What is that? But he he's not as he's like learning. So most of his tracks, it's like very minimal. Like either he gets someone to collaborate on him with a track. He works in FL Studio a little bit too. I mean, I think a lot, but some of his tracks, the music is very minimal, and then it's just like dozens of vocal parts like playing off each other. And like there was some demo he sent me a while back where there's some demo he sent me a while back where like after the vocals cut out, like he had only made half the track. After the vocals cut out halfway through, the loop that he had been singing over the whole time just kind of kept going for another minute or so. And I realized how barely that was there. Like there was barely any music to it. And most of the musicality of the track was just his bed of vocals that he had created. And I was like, wow, that's how much he brought to the table on this one. And it was, I don't know, he's pretty nuts. And he's always got funny like yelps where he's like, oh, what was it? He would like yell the same thing in like a whole bunch of his tracks. But yeah, I don't know. But he's been on my show a few times. I was talking a bit yesterday about I was watching Jake Parker, and I've noticed this a couple times with artists, is that, I thought that they were all doing all their line weight control as they went, and what I keep noticing with artists is that's not usually the case. Like, I'm doing a little bit of it as I go, but then I make adjustments after the fact. And that was something I noticed Jake Parker doing, was he just threw down all the lines, and then he would go back over whatever he thought needed to be more prominent and stuff. And the things that determine that are kind of like what's in front of what. What like, if something is pressed against another surface, well, is it like something I always look for is like this collar, right? It's hanging over the shirt itself, so there's a drop shadow to it. There's some space between it and the shirt, so I always throw a drop shadow under the collars of shirts. I'll continue it there. There we go. But if something is pressed again, like his finger here, well, it's tight enough where I don't necessarily want a drop shadow under the finger. I just want it to look like it's pressed, like flush against it a little bit. So I thin out the line at the tip of the finger, and back to thick for here, where it's my outline separating him from the background. Hopefully that makes sense. So yeah, I'll usually go thinner on the outline. The idea is to go thinner, or thicker on the outline, thinner on the details, and thicker as needed to show depth between characters or objects. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. So here's his thumb down here. There's a drop shadow where that goes behind it, the rest of his hand. I don't know if I put some kind of drop shadow onto his thumb from the key, like I think I have sketched out here. It might lose clarity. I'll do it a little bit. Yeah, it pushes that key out as a separate thing. So I just kind of hinted at it there. His thumb curves away. I don't know. That's what I was thinking anyhow there. Okay. He's got these little bumps on his skin. He's got bumpy skin, bumpy leathery skin. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, let me see what happens. This might get obnoxious. I'm just going to click on the YouTube video link in another tab. This might get obnoxious. I'm just going to click on the YouTube video link. I did it in another tab. This might get obnoxious. I'm just going to click on the YouTube
It's going to get ugly.
video link. I did it. Okay. Enough of that. Okay, let's get this key ring finished. I'm just exploring. I wonder one other thing. I wonder if I can go into YouTube after I establish the video, if I can add the artwork through YouTube so I don't have to do it later. You know what I mean? Just curious. Content. live. Options. Edit title and description. Details. Thumbnail. Upload thumbnail. Think so. This is called What to Expect. Save. So now, we'll come back to StreamYard over here. Cool. So now I know how to make that happen. I'm just going to go to my YouTube channel on my phone. And yeah, it has it. Awesome. Cool. I'm learning a lot today. Maybe you are too. If so, I hope I am helping. I'm kind of barely on screen. Guys, this is going to be fun. This is going to help the show so much. In one notable way that I can think of right off the bat, but it might take me a while to implement it. I don't know how long, but it shouldn't be too long. Oh yeah, I've got a idea. Yeah. So I'm just gonna play a piece of music just to run to the bathroom. Sorry. So I've got like a few songs that are queued up that I just keep throwing on when I do this. All right, I'll be right back. And that's that. But now I'll be able to actually like make stuff to cut away to. When I need to take a break, or I can just make little commercial breaks or whatever. It's gonna be, dude, this is gonna be good. Let me just see if I have any kind of thing I can throw up. I'm just tinkering around. Since I'm doing so much tinkering, I might just call it quits once I finish this page. Let's see if I've got something for you. Here we are. Where are we? Here we are. Where are we? Here we are. Where are we? No. Maybe I can show you the scene from Bonehead if I can find it. It's not there. Must be in here somewhere. If I don't find something momentarily, I will forego it. Let's see. I'm not sure what the... Oh, okay. Here. I'm not sure what the quality of this scene is, but let's give this a whirl. And I'm going to... Let's see. Anything happening? I don't know if there's any sound to it. I think I'm muted. I don't know. I'll find out. Okay, did that play? Did it play sound? Did it mute me? These are all things I don't know. But I will find out when I watch back. So I just played I believe I played a scene from my Bonehead cartoon, wherein Mort is clocking in for Bonehead, who's not at work yet, who's trying to get to work, but he's going to be late. He doesn't want to get in trouble like he's getting into trouble in this book. So Mort is clocking in for him. And but Mort's afraid of getting into trouble, and he sees a security guard. He's trying to play all cool. And then but he's like real nervous about it, right? And he like waits till the right moment, clocks him in, and then he like takes his punch card, clocks him in, and then runs off screaming. So yeah, I can't wait to see if that worked. And if it didn't, I've got some more learning to do. But we are getting there. We're getting there. Knuckles have these like swirls on them. Like I don't know what that's from. I feel like I've seen that somewhere though. Like maybe Emperor's New Groove, or maybe their elbows or something. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need to forage for something to eat soon. The stream's already 2 hours long. When I finish, and I want to investigate this video a little bit, so I think I will call it after this page. But we've got a ways to go still. But you can expect bigger, better things from this channel shortly. Okay. So, I gotta figure out what the plan is for tomorrow. Because I want to see if I can meet up with my buds. They might be coming over here, or maybe I'll take them out to lunch or something. We'll see. Yeah, this brush is getting a little hard to manage because it hasn't been washed. Let's see. Then we want a little bit of a drop between these keys. Okay, let's see, I need some tight lines. You know what I could probably do if it keeps fighting with me? I've got this little, it's more ink than water itself in here at this point, but I keep it on my desk so I have water available. I can just kind of rinse the brush off a little bit. It'll just kind of wash a lot of it gunky ink out of this brush. Kind of refresh it a little. Okay. Okay, and that'll be in front of his body. So a deeper drop shadow there. Okay, I think that works. Oh, this is his pocket, which the top of which is black. So I'm going to cut in this white outline. So this shadow falls onto, well, we don't need to, because it's an intangible object, or it's an intangible thing, a shadow, right? So I'm not going to outline a shadow on a black object. If it was a physical thing overlapping the black, then yes. But since it's a shadow, no, we'll just let them intersect. Okay. Oh, I was trying to figure out what I could hear my roommates watching, and I just realized it's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Okay. Should I bump this up? I just heard Danny DeVito's voice, and I was like, what have I just seen him in? I just watched Screwed, one of my favorite movies by Norm Macdonald, one of his 2 leading role movies. And yeah, did not disappoint. Danny DeVito's in it. Dave Chappelle's in it. That guy from The Jeffersons is in it. I don't know his name. I never watched The Jeffersons. My loss. Let me see. I think I'm gonna bump this a smidge to bring it to the foreground. And I'm looking at it on the screen, and yeah, I think that works. Throw a drop under this one, under his hand. This one I did try to do that, but I didn't conform it to the surface of his hand so much. Because I wasn't paying attention. I think that works. Okay. I'm going to say that one's done. And here's Neenerman's hand. At the moment, I'm thinking I don't know if I want those fingernails. Or maybe if I change them a little bit. Okay. I like that a little better. Okay. I heard that was coming back soon. Always Sunny, and it said it was season 15. And I was like, no, they're not on season 15. They're on season 13. And I was like, because this stuff happened in season 11. This stuff happened in season 12. And I had to look it up. And I was like, oh man, I am all caught up with it, but time has flown. Gonna give the shadow a little space from the black tip of this pencil, which is different because I'm separating the tangible thing from the shadow rather than how is that different? This time the shadow is over the physical object, the black physical object. I don't know. I think what I was thinking before was that I would separate out the shadow. If I was going to do anything, I would separate out I think the proper thing would be to do a little line. To do a line here to make the pocket stand out, the physical object. I think that's the key. But I'm going to leave that black. Because before it was like the way I was starting to do it was I was outlining the shadow, and I was like, well, that doesn't make sense because shadow isn't a physical thing with physical presence. So I think that's the key when breaking up shadow and a black object. If I had to make the rule myself, if I had to declare a rule about such things, I mean, I'm no authority, but I have to figure out what I think on such matters, I suppose. My own internal logic and rules. Logics. my own logics. Okay, my roommate is texting the boys to find out when they're free. He's probably also technically talking to me, I suppose. Okay. Okay. So there's this sheet of paper on the clipboard. I think I'm gonna do it so it looks like there's a couple. Okay, and I like to think that Neinerman here is only writing this stuff down to look and feel important. But nobody asked him to keep any log of anything or write anything down. He just found a clipboard and wanted to feel needed, wanted to look important. But he's really not. I don't know if I wanted to do that. I thought I did for some reason, but just for lack of doing my typical wood grain or something, or making it look like corkboard. I don't know. I guess I just wanted to do some kind of different sort of texture. It's not even my typical, like, kind of hatching. It's like calculated, but it's just kind of random. I'm just following my pencil strokes for the most part. So I liked the way it looked. Oh, you know what? I meant to make that thinner, but yeah, that'll have to whiten it out a bit. Because his thumb is touching, like, flush against the clipboard there. There should be less shadow. And then more as more space is between, the thumb and the clipboard. I might leave the lines for the coloring phase. I could always still think it. No, I'm gonna leave those lines out because I think it would be easier to just do it at the color phase and make more sense. This way, like, when I go to color the lines, I won't be interfering with the text. If I do it all in black, it'll be harder to separate out at the color phase. Because I was going to do, like, loose leaf paper lines. We do all these final details outside of this writing. Okay, that's it. Write this in. Scritch rich, says the pencil. Okay, from the desk of Niederman. Trying to figure out what he's writing here, because it's not exact. It's kind of supposed to be a little ambiguous. There are more details here. What I'm gonna do. Okay. So that concludes my work on this page for the time being. And I'm going to go check out how parts of the stream turned out. I will, I gotta see what's up with my roommate. Not maybe answer my roommate as to when I'm free this week and see what the other guys are saying. Oh, and my mom also invited me to dinner on Wednesday. So, yeah, I'm gonna get something to eat, and I ought to be back at some point tomorrow. Should be able to pull that off. But yeah, I am looking forward to this StreamYard business. It is going to do this show some good. I'm excited. So catch you tomorrow. Keep watching. I'll keep doing pages. We'll learn more as we go. If you need to learn how to do this YouTube thing, if you need to learn how to do a comic, well, I do too, and we're figuring it out right here on this channel. So come back and we'll learn together. I'll save you the trouble by going through it myself. All right, goodbye, everybody. I love you. And I know you love me too, because I'm self-assured. Goodbye, everybody. I'm saying goodbye. I'm saying goodbye.